Okay, so if you're going to make your own homemade mulled wine, then the first thing you're going to need to do is make a bag for all the spices. Now you can either do that with cheesecloth, or you can buy these, which are ready-made, which are pretty cheap, and also very handy. So obviously you can just pop in. I'm going to put in a couple of cinnamon sticks here, 5 cloves, I think. There we go. A star anise pod. There it goes into there. And you can of course add any sort of dry spices in that you want. I'm going to put in some coarsely ground, about half a teaspoon of coarsely ground nutmeg as well to the bag. There we go. Which I love nutmeg in anything, so that's always going to go in there. And then you can just tie that bag off and it's ready to go into your pan. Okay, so the base of this obviously is going to be red wine. My advice is don't go out and buy the cheapest bottle of red. It's like, oh well, I'm going to throw a load of spices and stuff in it, it doesn't really matter. You're still going to taste this as the base, so make sure it's something half decent. Don't get the cheapest, but certainly don't go crazy and throw in the best bottle of wine you can find. So somewhere in the, you can drink it by itself, it's not going to offend you, but it doesn't have to be the most expensive. And you're simply going to pour that entire bottle into a pan. Then into that we're going to add the spice bag that we already created there with our spices in. That's going to go straight into there. And I'm also going to put in a couple of pieces of orange peel into this too. Lemon works well as well, but I prefer the orange because of something I'm going to use it for later. We'll have an orange liqueur in it as well. So I'm going to put the orange in. You can put the orange inside the spice bag. It's entirely dealer's choice on that one, but I'm just going to pop that straight into the pan. Next into the pan goes our brandy. So that's going to be 1/4 cup. So that's roughly about 60 ml. So I'm just going to add that straight in as well. So once we've got the heat going on that, it's kind of, like I said, low to medium. You don't want to go too fast with this, just take your time. It's going to take about half an hour in total to blend all these flavours together, but you don't want this to boil because you're just going to burn all the flavour out of this completely. So let's just take it nice and gentle, get some heat going into that, and then we'll start stirring that around. And we're going to also add in, once that warms up, a little bit of sugar or sweetener. You can use honey, agave nectar, whatever you like really. I'm going to use brown sugar as it happens, but like I said, that's entirely up to you which choice of sweetener you want to add. So once this starts to heat up and you can see a few bubbles appearing and you can see a bit of steam coming off the top of that, it's time to sweeten it. So I'm going to add in like a light brown sort of muscovado sugar, if you like, just half a cup into there. You can always add sugar later when you serve the drink if you've got somebody who really does like it sweet. I personally don't. I just like a nice balance, so I start with less sugar and then you can always add it. You can't take sugar back out obviously, so you can only add sugar, so just add that in, give that a stir. And again, we're going to keep the temperature on this, the heat on this pan relatively low, kind of medium low, just to get it going, and we're never going to let that boil. Now into my simmering mulled wine base, I'm going to add in a chai tea bag. I'm just going to take the label off that by snipping that there, and I'm going to put the full bag in with the rest of my spices. And that's going to add that extra wonderful level of flavour into that mulled wine. Give me a mulled chai. Okay, so when you're ready with the flavours of that chai is really kind of infused there into the wine, you can just go ahead and ladle this out into some kind of hot drinks glass. If you happen to have chai glasses like this, then feel free to use those. Those are kind of neat. But if not, any kind of hot drinks glass will suffice. And there you are, you're ready to enjoy your chai infused mulled wine.